Local business marketing. In this video, we will share the foundational principles of how to market a local business online. We will show you how to market your local business if you are new to online marketing and how you can attract more customers. Now we're going to start with a simple outline of what's important, just so you have some clarity, because there's so much confusing information out there. Sometimes it's difficult to know what to do when you're a new business. So brand. You hear a lot of people talking about brand. Well, how important is that in the beginning? It has a 5% importance ratio. Website. How important is your website at the beginning? It has a 10% importance ratio for a local business. Google reviews. These have an 85% importance ratio for a local business. So let's have a look at that and see why that's the case. Brand. As a local business, customers don't care much about your brand. Branding works well for multinational companies seeking recognition in the marketplace. It's less important for local businesses when they're first starting out. The business you visited 6 months ago to solve a problem, do you remember its brand? Probably not. What mattered was the problem it solved. This is typically what you will remember when you engage with a local business. You won't remember the branding of the plumber necessarily, you'll remember he came and fixed your taps. So unless you've been to that place many times, or you've arranged to meet someone there and you need the brand name or the restaurant name or the business name so that you can tell someone about it, you're not going to really remember the brand, remember the name. Think about the last time you walked down the high street of a town or a city centre. Could you name all the shops along that street? Could you name 10 out of 100? Now you're going to remember the big brands like Boots and things like that, but think about all the little companies you walk past. Unless you've used them to solve a very specific problem, you're not going to remember the brand name. So don't spend too much money on branding for a local business. Now you need a brand, but just keep it straightforward and ensure it communicates what your business is and does quickly and easily when you first set up your business. As a marketing tool, websites are also not that important in the beginning when you're launching your business. Now that comes with some caveats. Websites serve best when they provide customers with tools to help them shop and buy. Once you have established your social proof, and we'll be talking about that in a moment, and you can prove that your business can be trusted. They also tend to work better when they actually help a customer solve a problem and make a decision. If you're just starting out in your business, you're best to save your income, save your money until the business is making enough money, until you're getting enough footfall that you can start investing in expensive websites. Now, the other thing you need to understand is it takes 3 to 6 months for Google to rank a website. So you're not going to get immediate traffic from that. You're not going to get customers immediately. So what that means is you put your website on the internet and then Google has little, what we call spiders that crawl the internet. They find new websites and then over time they start to rank them and put them up in search. And at the beginning, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get your website put at the top of a page full of businesses that have been around for the last 10, 20 years. So it's not going to get that business launch. It's not going to get you going. Now, I'm not saying don't do a website. What I'm saying is don't prioritize it at the beginning. You see, when created and used in the right way, websites can become a very significant source of income as a long-term strategy. But at the beginning, the biggest impact you can have on your marketing is through local reviews. So this is why we need to talk about prioritizing our review system first. Social proof. Now we have to talk about social proof to make sense of all of this. And social proof is where you should focus all of your concentration and effort at the beginning as a local business. And the key principle here is this. It doesn't matter what you say about your business. What matters is what other people say about your business. And that is social proof. You have proven socially that your business does what it says it's going to do. Now, if you can remember this one thing, this one principle, you have grasped the fundamentals of marketing and you will know more than most people out there that are running a business, or even in some cases, a lot of the web developers and website designers out there, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I just need you to understand this. Someone who can make you a pretty website isn't the same as someone who knows how to prioritize and showcase social proof and create a website that actually works. So it's really important we understand social proof and how to gather it at the beginning. Customers want to know what previous customers think about your product or service. They're not going to trust your opinion. They are looking for unbiased third-party opinions before they will give you any money. And once they're convinced your product is good by other customers, they will buy from you. So if you think about when you go on Amazon and you buy something, this will prove the case. If there's a product with no reviews and there's a product with loads of reviews, and if you think those reviews are genuine, and we know on Amazon there's a problem with genuine reviews sometimes on some of these products, but if we know they're genuine, if we can see they're genuine, we're much more likely to buy that product. We're not going to choose the product with 0 reviews over the product with 100 reviews if they're both solving the same problem. Now, this feeds into something that is really important. This is why business excellence is so important, especially in the beginning when you are setting up a new business. You have to earn those reviews. You have to look after your customers. You have to go above and beyond. Now, that doesn't mean undercharging, and that doesn't mean giving people something they haven't paid for necessarily. What it means is having the very best customer service you can deliver as a new business. That's what's going to make you successful. And that's going to really help your business get going because you're delivering, you're solving problems, but you're doing it in a very positive way that produces positive responses. So how are we going to access this social proof? How are we going to bring that into our marketing? Well, we need to look at Google reviews. Now, Google reviews are the most widely used online review system for many local businesses as it is built into the Google Chrome web browser. This is the most popular web browser on the internet, which has up to 90% usage as the main browser in some countries, and it is typically the most used browser in most places in the world. Google reviews are stitched into Google Maps and local search, and this is the #1 driver of new business online for most small businesses. And that is why we prioritize this first for a brand new business launch strategy. Businesses with high quantities of good Google reviews tend to rank well in Google search. That's a little bit more complicated than that, but that just gives us a foundation to move forward with. So basically, you need more and better quality reviews than the competition if you want to compete with other businesses. This is the single biggest factor for your local marketing, so spend time on this. One of the things you need to do is make sure you claim your local business page on Google. I am amazed at how many companies never do that. So what happens is Google automatically create a listing for that address. They pull it from all these different places on the internet and they'll create this listing. Now, if you're a new business moving into a new property and there's been a previous business running there, you might have that business listed. We need to make sure all our business information is correct on there. And we also want to make sure we have some nice images to show the inside of the business and maybe show your product or just put your brand out there. Make sure you have those images on your Google local page. Prioritize that, because if there's 2 listings and they both have 3 reviews each, one has photos and one doesn't, then the potential client will go to the most complete, the most filled out listing. Rather than focus on a website, get your Google local page set up. Get it set up correctly, put every bit of information you can on there, put your contact information. If you have got a basic website at this point, make sure your link is on there. So now we can actually direct people to the website through our local page, because they're not going to find it in search at the beginning. But these are the things we need to do at the beginning. Prioritize your Google local page. So here is the strategy in a nutshell. Ask your satisfied customers to leave a review. Now, most local businesses never do this, and they don't think to do it. If you stop watching right now, you're going to have the basics in place. Just by knowing to ask your customer for a local review is going to put you ahead of most people. But before you rush off, there are a few important tips that you need to know to really make this work and to make sure it doesn't backfire on you. Let's look at separating customers. You need to separate happy customers from unhappy ones. And the best way to do this is to train your staff, or if you're the frontline person at the beginning, to ask only happy customers for reviews. So for example, when a customer is paying for your products or your services, ask them if they had a good experience. If they are happy and they communicate that happiness, what you do is you give them a card. A simple business card. You can do the same with a leaflet, but a card tends to be better because it can be put in the wallet. Give them a card with a discount for their next visit on one side and a request for a Google review on the other. If they are unhappy, give them a different card with your customer service department's contact details on it so that they can contact you and explain their problem. So what we're essentially doing is we're pushing happy customers to leaving a local review and unhappy customers to contacting customer support. Now, if you're a trade-based business, you can give them a card where they can contact you for any future work, or if they have any problems with the work you have delivered. So you put your contact details on one side and the review request on the other. Now, word of warning, Never give a request to a negative person. Train your staff to recognize stressed or difficult people. Now, it's often stated that for every 10 happy customers, you will get 1 review. But for every unhappy customer, you will get 1 review. So that's a ratio of 10 to 1. People tend to make noise when they're unhappy, but when they're happy, you have to prompt them, you have to encourage them, you have to give them a gentle nudge. So this is extremely important. Another thing you can do is learn to recognize regular customers, as they are a good source of reviews, as happy customers come back. Unhappy customers don't come back as a general rule. Now, you can also split good customers from bad ones with a follow-up email system, and we show you how to do that in our social media marketing masterclass, which is available on our website as part of the Business Buddies community. And that's there if you want a more advanced system. But for most businesses starting out, a simple card system will work. So let's have a look at online implementations. How does this work if you're shipping products? Well, you can include a card in packages. If you're shipping directly, just make sure that one side of the card gives contact details for solving problems so that you can intercept bad reviews from frustrated customers by getting them to communicate first. Now, it's important to note here that customers are going to leave reviews. So this isn't something we can just ignore. We have to take control of it. And these are some of the ways we can do it with a simple card system. Now let's have a think about the value of the card. Now you have to make sure the card has some type of value, or it has a use that encourages the customer to hold on to it. The card has to have value if they're going to keep it, put it in their wallet, take it home with them, and remember to leave a review. You don't want the card going into the bin the minute you're not around. Now here's some words of caution. Always ask them to leave their Google review at home. Never ask them to leave it at your business or on your devices or by using your business internet. If you do that, Google are going to think you're spamming, and they have a very low tolerance for fake reviews, and you could damage your business's ability to gather reviews online forever if you get flagged. Now, you might think you're helping the person leave a review and you're making that process easier, but what you're actually doing when you do that is sending a warning to Google that this is someone with fake reviews, even though you're not doing that. And it's important to understand there are no shortcuts with reviews. Never buy them, and never get your family to leave them and pretend they're customers, as tempting as that may be to get your reviews rolling. Google can figure that stuff out by looking at your Gmail relationships. Google will also penalize companies associated with fake review companies. Once they find a bad company, they will often penalize any other company they are connected to. Bad reviews. Bad reviews will still get through. And the best thing to do when that happens is answer them online in a polite way, and just simply invite them to contact the company directly so you can help them resolve their problems privately. So what this is saying is someone was unhappy, you replied, said, "Oh, we wasn't aware you were unhappy, please contact us, we will help you." That helps you to turn that bad review around or mitigate the amount of damage it can actually do to you, because you're showing that you have customer service, customer care, and you're trying to help people. Now here's a golden rule. Always wait for a day to respond to a bad review. Never respond in the heat of the moment when you first see it, when you're angry or irritated. It can be very emotionally disruptive to all of a sudden have someone say something bad about your business when you've been working hard on it for months and you've been launching it and setting up your shop, or you've been getting your van covered with all your plumbing information and all the rest of it, and then someone comes along and hammers you right at the beginning. You don't want to respond right then, because that anger will come across and that'll make you look unprofessional. Also double check that you have a record of the transaction, that you recognize the customer. If there is no record, then you can publicly ask them in your review reply to contact you, as you have no record of the transaction or awareness of the problem. Now, the reason you have to do this is because other businesses, other competitors will sometimes leave fake reviews to give you a bad name. They will even pay people to do that, and this is called dark SEO. It's not that common, but it can happen in highly competitive areas. So that's something you have to be aware of. Are you sure we did this work for you? We have no record of this. Please, can you contact and clarify the problem? You're then lowering the weight of that review. Now, golden rule number 2, never deal with the issue in public. Always encourage them to message you. So don't start trying to communicate through a review system. you need to be able to do it in private. Now, some people are just having a bad life and are professional complainers, and there is little you can do about them other than filter them out in your sales process. Now, I'm probably going to do a video on that at some point in the future if the interest is high enough. So let me know in the comments if that would be something you're interested in. But if you see consistently bad reviews and they all detail the same issue, then this becomes the highest area of focus that you have to work on as a business, as this is damaging your brand and your local marketing. Now, maybe a staff member is being consistently rude to customers. Maybe a workman that you employ consistently turns up late. Maybe you're even turning up late a lot of the time and it's starting to be reflected in your reviews. That might be because you're over-promising what time you're going to turn up, and it's always better to under-promise and over-deliver. Maybe a product you are stocking is not a good product, and you haven't realized that there's problems with that product and the supply of that product. All of these types of issues can pop up in reviews, so it's important to identify and fix them. But you're looking for consistent reviews. You're not looking for one-off complaints. You're looking for consistent issues in your business that's being communicated back to you. Now, once you fix that, you can reply to the reviews, you can apologize, and let everyone know this has been fixed. This is another way to rescue a bad review. So let's have a look at other review sites. If you are operating a business through another review site specific to your industry, then you can just adopt the same system there because this works on any review system. But if it is a booking site that is sending you customers, think about building up your Google reviews instead so that your marketing is independent of the customer delivery, of the client delivery acquisition process that these sites drive. So you're thinking booking.com, etc., where people come to the website, they book, they take a commission for the booking. You're essentially putting them in charge of your marketing. You have to be very aware of that. Now, they can be great to get a business going at the beginning, but you want to be making sure that you have a way of controlling the reviews and harnessing that social proof so that you can sell direct at some point. You don't want to lose all your social proof if something goes wrong or that company decides you're chopped liver. You need to diversify your marketing as soon as possible. And then you're spreading the risk to your marketing, because if that is the only place where you're gathering reviews and that becomes contaminated, your business then becomes contaminated. So let's talk about adding value to your brand. Now, once you have those publicly available reviews, add them to your website, to your brand messages, to your social media marketing. Point potential customers to what other people say about your business and make that central on your website. Leverage your social proof on your landing pages, your sales pages, and your contact pages. Now, obviously, you can go all out on the main page, but you just want little discrete touches in other places just to reassure people that other people are saying something positive about you and you're a good company to deal with. And this is the real power of this method. When you incorporate the reviews into your own marketing, you are communicating that you focus on the customer experience as a business, and that generates trust. Now, your website and branding can be invested in because now it will actually start giving you a return because now you have social proof. And there you have it. A simple system you can adapt for any small businesses, from shops to restaurants, plumbers to electricians, to help you get more business. Now, I hope you found this video useful. Like and subscribe if you want more of this type of content, and then that tells me that this content is useful to you. Also, check out my very popular free marketing training course if you're starting a new business or have been tasked with marketing a new business, and that's going to cover the fundamental basics of marketing your business online. Now, if you would like to support the channel and also learn more about being an entrepreneur and starting your own business, or you need support as you grow your current business, then check out my Business Buddies community, which focuses on all things entrepreneurial and business building, and you can get 50% off the low monthly cost as a YouTube subscriber. Over 300,000 students from all around the world have already taken our courses, so we must be doing something right. Thanks for watching. I look forward to catching up with you in the next video.